Back in the sweatsuit.
Man, I done lost 10 pounds. Boy, I told you I'm on a mission. Down 10.
Dehydrated.
Who is? Nah, I mean.
That's all that suit does, you know that, right?
Bullshit.
What do you think it does?
No, it don't.
What do you think it does?
It's like going in the sauna.
Yeah, but what do you think the
don't go
sauna
to the
does? Well, I'll go in the sauna, but it's not like the sauna does anything besides dehydrate you.
I mean, you know, you got to drink your water in the sauna to make you sweat.
Yeah. You got to drink water either way.
Yeah, make you not. If you going in there, you ain't drinking your water, your ass finna die, pass out.
The goal is to lose body fat, not water.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. Since I've been cut all the bullshit out, wearing my suit and running, I didn't drop 10 in a week. 10
water.
Pounds. No, ain't no water.
I mean,
it's gone.
I'm telling you, that's all that suit does is make you dehydrated. It just makes you lose water.
You do it your way. I guarantee you.
I'm telling you, you cannot find one person on earth who thinks that you're going to lose extra fat because you're wearing that suit.
I run it. I do everything in it.
That's hot. Okay, so what were you doing last week that you weren't able to come to the podcast? Baccarat.
I had to.
I like your original name better. Club Stream.
Well, we gonna. It's gonna convert over, but the liquor license. It would have delayed shit.
So you had to take on the name of the existing club,
and then we're setting the night, so everybody knows that Wednesday night it's a streamers night.
Okay.
And usually you lose 20% on the launch of a new night.
Okay.
You go in there expecting to lose 20% because it's a new night. You know, people, it builds up. We was plus 38.
Wow.
Plus 38%. And it was the good thing about it is it was a total different crowd.
Yeah.
It was none of the people.
Black people?
That goes to other nights.
What do you mean? What kind?
Because, you know, if you got a Thursday night and a Friday night and a Saturday night, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, one night may be Latin, one night may be urban or whatever. Uh-huh. So people will look on the website and they'll see, okay, well, the club I with on this night's doing something on Wednesday, what they doing. So we're paying attention to see if it was a mixture of the other nights there, all total different, young, like look like our guys.
Pointing at the Edgars.
Yeah.
I'm not going to any club full of them.
Nah, it was cool, bro. And they, you know, them dudes, it was like about maybe 6, 7 streamers had their streaming equipment, and they were like tripping out when they got to the door.
Do you feel like you deserve any of the blame for clavicular overdosing the night before the club opened?
No, because it happened the night before. And if it happened the night of.
You weren't there?
I was already in Miami.
Okay.
I was there when I got the call, but.
Did you supply the ketamine?
Well, I don't know I don't even know if he overdosed. I mean, did he overdose? I don't know.
That's actually like pretty unconfirmed.
When I seen
him getting carried out of the club he was in or whatever.
I heard all kind of shit. You know, I don't be knowing the drug lane. What I kept hearing was GH something. GHB. And when I asked somebody what it was like, it makes you feel drunk, but you're not drunk. I don't know. I don't know how drugs work.
Okay.
Like you want to shut me up. You go to talk about these new drugs. I don't know how that works.
I think what you are actually passionate about, the same way that some people are addicted to talking about drugs, you're addicted to talking about how you don't understand drugs.
No, I understand them because my family.
But you love to tell us about how you don't know or get drugs. No,
the new wave drugs. So in my era,
crack,
powder, crack, marijuana, PCP, heroin. We heard about the pills, but it was like my mother's them era, Yellow Jackets and Red Devils. It really wasn't a thing. But this new shit, bro, if you said like perks or whatever this shit you call in front of me, I wouldn't know what it was. I still don't know what fentanyl look like. I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean it's like a powder or a pill, like most of the things.
I don't know. And then they telling me like crystal. Or one of them, I guess you smoke crystal. I guess they tooting crystal. Yeah, I don't be knowing. Now, I know what shrooms look like.
Mushrooms.
I know what that look like. But when it comes to like how this GHG, I don't know if it's a pill, if it's something he drunk.
It's liquid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
It looks like water, actually. I had a friend who like drank like a huge cup of it one time by accident, and he had a pretty rough night.
I told you when Draco started coming to my studio, you remember that shit? I'm asking them, I said, hey, bro, who the got a pellet gun around here? I said, because it looked like little the little
nitrous.
CO2.
Yeah.
They like, nah, bro, bro, cup. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, it slips in the cup and he sips it. And I'm sitting there and I thought about, I'm sitting in my office. I'm like, yo, that's a gas that's going straight to your brain.
So what percentage of this club do you own? Or what is your involvement?
No, I put the whole play together. Because remember, he was banned.
Yeah.
He was banned from all those clubs, Vendome, Mona, which you went to Mona, and Baccarat. He was banned. He was banned. All of my partners. So once he told me that when I went to his house. You set that up, really. He was trying to get me and Blueface up there. So we finally made our way up there. And when he was telling me, I'm like, those are all my business partners. I do other shit with them. So when I called them, they was like, I called them on FaceTime. They like, oh, no. They was like, oh, hell no. I said, yo, man, he's a good kid, man. He's 20 years old, 19, whatever he is. Yo, Wack, you know what he did? So they told me what it was. I said, okay, well, what about all the shit you did? We did some shit. And they like, well, you vouching for him? I said, listen, I got an idea. And I told them what it was. I set it up for the next day. I said, I want you to come up here and meet him. They said, if he's on point and you vouching for him, we'll come meet him. So they went up there, sat with him, and they called me like, what you got in mind? I'm like, bro, y'all should do a streaming club. Change it up. The rappers, all the promoters be telling me they want R&B now. They say the rappers, the motherfuckers getting robbed, motherfuckers are scared.
Really?
The crowd ain't really spending no money. Now you got to keep it real when it comes to these little dudes. They got a little money.
The streamers?
The streamers and they little fans, their mamas and daddies got, I don't know, they money right.
Their fans are like party boys and just regular people more so.
So when I fed it to them, and we're only like maybe half of what it is, because the name got to change. They going to set the booths up with streaming shit, just in case you just pop up and ain't got it. You can still go ahead on and log in and I guess connect to whatever your shit is, you have your thing going. But I'm like, they like, bro, what about the equipment? It's kind of like, I said, bro, they ain't coming in with no guns and knives. These dudes don't want them problems. They want to get drunk, talk, and fucking blog and stream, bro, and scream at the chat. And sure enough, them dudes was coming in with their cameras. Dudes was pulling up because they was seeing it happen. And it was a total different crowd. And these dudes was paying like $3,000 for, what's the Chinese looking bottle? The white one with the bell on it.
No.
You know what I'm talking about with the bell on the top? Bro, I'm watching these motherfucking bottles roll out. I'm tripping. And these dudes is coming in at them. Let me tell you what was the coolest part about it. They showed up like they really dressed. They just throw on some fucking sweats and whatever, and they was just in there chilling. I'm sitting here watching it, and they going to each other's sections, talking to one another. It was a good vibe. Wasn't no
it used
fights.
to be such a big deal to like get dressed up for the club, and nowadays, like you look at like a stream, you see Aiden Ross wearing sweatpants, you see Neon dressed like whatever. It's like kind of hard to like carry that over when the most important people in the club are not dressed up at all.
Actually, it was one fight.
Oh yeah.
Blueface and Clav was on the stage up top.
Okay.
And in front, a fight broke out.
What kind of people?
It was like two like little white dudes. So I told the security like, bag up. So they thumped for about 7-8 seconds. And then they kind of like looked at each other and acknowledged they got something in and shook each other's hands, and the whole crowd went, oh, chat, turn the music. So it was like, bro, now I really felt like a fucking unk in this shit.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
So I found me a little corner and went over there and just observed. And when I saw all the liquor going out and everybody just how packed it was, it's gonna really go down. F1 weekend is coming. It's gonna be crazy.
Okay.
So we got to get DDG over there because he's a rapper streamer. That's why I sent Blueface, because he's a rapper streamer. I didn't want to just send a rapper in there, send something in there. Then Blueface had a streaming team in there. It was cool, some cool shit, man. So now, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, and don't take this wrong. When you went out there, I called all the clubs, and all of them was like, Wack, you say that's your man, we're gonna try to get him in here. But when they went to cross-check with the people that sell their tables and all that, that crowd wasn't familiar with Adam. But that streaming club, they know fucking Adam. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't like Wack. We know him because we watch you and we know what No Jumper is. But that other crowd wasn't too familiar. But now this one, and it's like that with a lot of these streamers, bro. They go over, they don't know the fuck they are, but like, and it's gonna be more to pop up.
Yeah, I don't really see myself being like the natural host for the average Miami club. I want to be real.
But now if you got a club, a night that's just straight about streaming, that's your lane.
That's the question though, is like, do people want to be at a club where they can almost be guaranteed to be streamed, given that a lot of people are doing serious narcotics when they go out in Miami? I honestly think that the desire for clout overrides that.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't really care about being on camera whacked out of their mind on Molly or Coke if they
how
can
many
get some
people
clout.
in your chat or in these dudes' chat will love to actually be on the fucking stream? You know that's the psyche with it. Now, bro, people was pulling up. They was pulling up. They like, wow, come look at this shit. I come in the front. They pull like, yo, is this the streaming club? They park it. They jumping out. They valet. They ain't giving a fuck. I'm like, they like, whack, they got shorts on. I'm like, fuck all that. Let them in.
Well, you know who I just connected that we might be seeing some content from soon is Clav and Vlad.
Oh, that's a good, hey, listen.
The question is, will Clav be willing to do a Vlad interview that isn't on stream, because he did Andrew Callahan on stream, he did 60 Minutes on stream. Like, traditionally so far, he's kind of been unwilling to do any kind of content that isn't streamed.
I might have to call that one in. I might have to call nephew.
Yeah, I mean, if that's a sticking point, maybe we could convince him, but...
you know, that's Vlad, that's bro. You know, he at the table, so definitely anything we could do to help him. But it was a wild card. It was a thought I had. Like, it was really a spontaneous thought. It's something that I knew is the wave. You know, one thing you know that about me, Adam, is I'm not caught up in the alley. Right? I understand, like, when shit's moving a certain way, and regardless of what you feel, or if you think something is some bitch ass nigga shit, I ain't gangster enough. When it comes to certain businesses, this what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm going to always jump in that lane to go shake some hands and get to know some people.
It's interesting how much less Clav has been streaming, though. He's like, hasn't been on nearly as much as he was for a while there. He did the 30-day stream, 30 days, more or less. And then he's kind of chilled out since then. Like, I just checked, he's not live right now. So he's maybe trying to live a little bit more of a balanced life.
I know we got a lot set up for him for the F1 shit. So I make sure my people, they host a lot of the shit that come in town. So he's gonna be you're gonna see him F1 weekend, like, involved in shit. You're gonna be like, how the fuck did he get to that?
Right. So
it's been his part.
Speaking of Vlad, how are you feeling about what will surely be one of the best interviews of the year that's dropping tomorrow, which is Boosie's first interview on his own platform? It's going to be on Patreon. I signed up for a free membership to his Patreon. I don't think he has the actual tier listed where you have to pay yet. But I'm very much interested to see what he's going to bring to the table now that he's split with Vlad.
We're not going to know till about the third one. I'm going to tell you why. The first one, I'm still going to give credit to Vlad.
Okay.
Because everybody's going to tune in to see what he's doing different.
Probably some truth to that.
From Vlad, right? Yeah. And then I'm going to be real. Like, you and Vlad kind of got the same edge on people.
Early adopters.
You can sit in the seat, but it's the person on the other side of you that initiate, guides, right? And enhances the conversation.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've sat in that seat with Ann Hefe and Flocko and 600 with 2 other people, 3 other people, right? And it's a total different thing. So, not having Vlad in front of you, because Vlad leads you, and it's just your response, and then it turns it with his turn. So the first one, I think people are going to go check it out to see how it's going to be. I think if it's questioning, if he has somebody questioning him, anything like the way Vlad does, people are going to be turned off by it.
See, that's the thing. I guess allegedly it's his kid interviewing him the first time. I don't know which kid, but somebody who's definitely not a professional journalist or interviewer who's going to be doing the question asking, which to me seems like a real problem, because like the most obvious things that jump out to me that Boosie would talk about if he were to do a Vlad interview right now is, let's talk about Gucci telling on Pooh Shiesty. Let's talk about Ben 10 getting shot and potentially paralyzed by All-Star. Let's talk about the J. Prince Jr. aspect of that, etc. These are all questions that Boosie does not really want to talk about because Boosie does not like talking about criminal investigations.
Vlad makes him.
Vlad, they've acknowledged that Vlad behind the scenes will tell him, like, listen, you don't have to do anything that's approaching or equivalent to telling. You just have to like give your opinion on the stuff that's out there in the news. And sometimes Boosie, like in those clips that will get 1 million views, he'll kind of like not really be saying much, but he'll say a little something, and then cool, Vlad gets his clip that gets a lot of views. But I mean, doing it on his own, I really kind of doubt that Boosie's even going to want to touch on that subject matter because it's going to maybe look different. But who knows? Maybe he'll kick it into high gear and just say, all right, now that I'm working for myself, why hold back and say a bunch of shit that he wouldn't have said on Vlad?
Guess what's dumb about that?
Yeah.
He just could have been Flacco. Even though we don't see him around here much, but you never restricted Flacco from doing his own. He could have still did Vlad, picked up his 100 a year, and still did that and utilized Vlad to cross promote that. I don't know. I think somebody got in his head with the, you're this, you're that. He don't want to admit it. The 6'9" factor definitely kicked in, but you're not 6'9", and you're making more money than 6'9", because if 6'9" got paid like 50 once throughout the year, you getting paid double that, right? So, let's just be real. Everybody's not the same, bro. You know what I mean?
Like 6'9" doing his first tell-all interview is way different than Boosie doing his 18th Vlad interview.
This is what I'm saying.
Where they don't really have any stories left about Boosie to talk about. Now they got to talk about current events, etc. And the whole thing about that is that, like, if we were to scroll through Vlad's channel, I watch his channel like every day, so I'm well aware of this, is like almost every single person on Vlad has their own YouTube channel. And really that's like how Vlad finds out about most of his guests, is that he looks at YouTube and he says, oh shit, Oskino is doing pretty good on YouTube and I watch his content and he's funny and he's got some good takes and everything. So I'm going to hit him up and boom, now he's a regular guest. Even if the people who come on his platform that don't have their own platform, like a Tony Yayo, what's he do? Once he's on Vlad 10 times, he goes and gets a podcast deal. Someone like you goes on Vlad, but obviously part of the idea is like, oh, if you really like Wack, go check out Wack's channel. Go check out the other things Wack has going on.
That's real.
With Boosie, he's acting like it's an either or. And I saw that clip that actually came out today where you were asking Vlad questions about the Boosie thing. And it seemed like the whole situation was a little bit more personal than Vlad wanted to let on at first, because he described how Boosie actually hung up on him and called him cheap, which to Vlad, because like Vlad really not a gangster, but he's a man of respect. He cares a lot about respect. I think for me personally, over the years, I've kind of realized that sometimes you have to sort of be willing to be disrespected to be a good podcaster, and you need to take people who disrespected you back, and you need to be willing to do business with them and stuff. And I think that Vlad has even kind of acknowledged that he sort of got that from me to a certain extent, where he realized that he needed to be a little bit more open to building the bridge with people who he felt like did him wrong in the past. But with Boosie, it does seem like there's going to be a hump to get over if he does go back to Vlad, because Vlad really did not appreciate the way that he acted in all of this.
Yeah, he hung the phone up on him.
Yeah.
He told me that.
Called him cheap. Even though, like, Boosie was effectively asking Vlad to work for free, which is kind of offensive. If you want to be somebody who has a long career in the music business, like, we all know artists are trying to get paid as much as they can to perform at clubs. But if you know for a fact that when you ask for a 50 ball to go to the club and perform, that the host is not going to be able to make $1 profit on that, you've really priced yourself out of being able to consistently do business. Meanwhile, we do see a lot of artists who are able to tour and perform at clubs consistently because they set their rate at an amount that is good. It's worth doing it for them, but ultimately the promoter or the club are still able to make some money, because if you are constantly pushing for more and more, at a certain point they're just going to lose interest and they're going to move on to somebody else that they feel moves the needle and maybe isn't as expensive.
Now that you're giving the people the white boy way of looking at things,
okay, let's hear yours.
That gives you the educated corporate thug way of looking at things.
You put Boosie in that category?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to put him over there. Okay. I know what he's looking at. This is what he's looking at, right? Okay, you give me $25,000, and you're telling me out of that you make your money back and you profit $10,000.
Yeah.
What y'all white folks don't want to put in there, respectfully, is people keep watching this. So what about the revenue that continues to come 3 months, 90 days, 6 months from the same clip? What Vlad is talking about is that first week sales. I get it. But we all know that those clips continue to get viewed. It may, if it makes another 10, 15, 20 grand, Boosie sees none of that. And when you're dealing with an independent person like Boosie who understands that building the way I do, this is probably what's crossing through his mind. Well, shit, all right, yeah, we breaking even on that first week bang, but I don't get a dime of what's continuing to come in off these views.
Here's the thing about that, is that back in the day, it was more true that when you interviewed somebody and you got a good clip or whatever, that it would do well as time went by. Nowadays, YouTube is so flooded with content that I can speak from my perspective. It is extremely rare that we will post a clip and it will get any significant amount of views past the first, let's say, week or 2 weeks or whatever. Now, once in a while, you hit on a clip with a title that's so good and so interesting that the algorithm really fucks with it and it just keeps doing well and the algorithm suggests it to people and stuff like that. But if I look at an interview clip that I did from 6 months ago, if it's even got like 1,000 views or 2,000 views in the last 30 days, I look at that as like, oh, that's a very high performing clip. So from my perspective as a person who does essentially the same business that Boosie does, if I do an interview with Boosie, after the first 30 days, we have already seen 95% of the income that clip is ever going to make.
Now, let's rock with that. If Boosie has done 4 a year, 5 times 4 is another 20%, right? In his head, I'm going to tell you. And listen, I believe he should have kept his deal in play personally. I believe Boosie made a wrong decision.
The best argument, honestly, that Boosie could throw out there is, well, you're making money off memberships as well, and I helped to build up your membership program.
You can't do that.
I agree. He shouldn't do it, but if I was Boosie, I would probably be jumping on that because that's at least like a coherent argument.
Yeah, and I think that's the way he's seeing it because he's like, yo, because I heard him say, well, what about the other money you continue to make, right? And I don't know if he was talking about the memberships. And when he said that, I understand that shit in music. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you making this today, right? It's just like when we do concerts, right? We make sure we put in there that if you go take this and you record this and put it somewhere, we got to get cut in because you may take this shit and go sell it over here and, and make some more money. So I think and this weather, this climate, he shouldn't have cut himself out of that. Call it what you want. That 100 where he lives at probably took care of his mortgage and motherfucking property tax for a year. On some real shit. He ain't out here with us where our shit is what it is. He out there in the South somewhere. You
if Boosie had just launched his own channel and said, hey, I'm going to be doing my own interviews as well, and then went and did a Vlad interview, Boosie could have talked about the fact that he was doing his own interviews the entire time, and Vlad would have let him. Vlad would have said, hey, I support you. I'm happy that you started your own channel. I think it's great. We're still going to do interviews, etc. I think really, it was some weird pride shit where he got pissed off because Vlad wasn't willing to budge.
Somebody got in his ear, bro. Somebody got in his ear. Whoever told him to go do the Patreon thing, now he's about to figure out that it ain't as easy. You know this shit.
Yeah.
It's not as easy. I don't think he's going to see him showing up 3-4 times a year to Vlad. It's regular shit. He got to put time and consistency into building that channel. You get what I'm saying? And that takes a team. That takes these topics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And is he going to stay dedicated to that?
Because you got to want to do it. Because honestly, like him doing his own interviews on his own YouTube channel is not that different than somebody like Blueface saying, hey, I'm going to become a streamer. Now, granted, like, honestly, Blueface would be smart if he started doing interviews on his own platform as well. It's not the worst idea I ever heard, but, Blueface does streams, makes his own content, makes money off it. It's a nice side revenue stream for him.
Doing great.
Boosie same thing. It's like a little bit more structured, doing like sit down interviews as opposed to just hanging out in the studio with a bunch of chicks on Twitch or whatever. But I just think that like Boosie made an emotional decision. And it's interesting though when you say like, oh, like somebody got in his ear. He just put out a clip that I saw Ack reposted in which he basically says that he built Vlad in a lot of ways. Like, oh, everybody hated on Vlad. Everybody told me not to do Vlad. Everybody called Vlad a cop. But me going on his platform over and over and over made y'all f with Vlad. He does have a point. But it's like that is part of what Vlad was paying for. That's part of the intangible benefits that Boosie wasn't necessarily thinking about when he did all those deals with Vlad. But here's the thing. He built Vlad's platform up out of love for the most part because he didn't even start getting paid until maybe 4 years ago.
Speaking on everybody saying he's a cop.
Yeah.
Great spinoff segue. Superstar, is it JR? That's his name?
All-Star JR.
All-Star JR was on his way to do a Vlad interview when the feds grabbed him.
But for the record, he was doing that interview wherever he's at.
In Detroit.
In Detroit, right.
But Vlad booked the studio.
Yeah.
And I told Vlad last night, I said, bro, you know what's coming, right? Because he was like, we were set to do it 7 o'clock his time, 4 o'clock my time. I booked the studio. They were going to do the remote thing or whatever. And I got a text an hour late saying, the feds got me from his number.
Yeah.
I said maybe one of his homeboys got his phone or something, right?
Because I was with Mafi, who does most of Vlad's bookings and also helps us with bookings. And like, he told me, he's like, man, I just found out that fucking JR ghosted Vlad. And I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. Literally 2 minutes later, he just points his phone at me and the text says, they got me, I'm in the feds or whatever. Like somebody else sending him that message on his phone. That shit is pretty crazy until you see the photos of JR standing over Ben 10 and shooting into him on the ground.
He said he stood over him in the song, didn't he?
Yeah, I guess I didn't know that was literal. But then also on top of that, like he's a felon. So is it violating his felon status to even just grab a gun and shoot someone?
Not in Texas. I'm gonna tell you what I believe was going on. I believe they're grabbing him. I told everybody a week or so ago, Clubhouse, the feds are going to pick this case up. My Houston backdoor called me and let me hear the people in that place tell him the feds came and took those tapes, right? I think they're putting this case on the JR dude to squeeze him, to make him want to testify against those that attacked him, because he hasn't given any statements. I don't think they want him. I think they want him to cooperate with them against everybody.
Right.
Right? So now what they did do was they let him go out there and tell the story. They let him tell the story and they line it up with the tapes. If he had his own firearm on him, if the tapes they got from that location shows him pulling out his own gun,
right, he's
in trouble.
Right. Okay.
But if he was getting his ass whooped, pistol whipped, and they dropped it and he picked it up, he's okay. Where they're going to try to book him at is they're going to say he kind of left and came back and walked back over dude and stood over him. And my defense, after spending at least $100,000 or plus on an attorney, would be I was no longer there. I had psychologically no different than me walking into my house and seeing a stranger banging out my wife. I flipped out. I was getting attacked. I was no longer there. I was in fear. Same shit, J Hood. That was J Hood's defense.
Right.
Same thing.
Right. You can take somebody's gun and use it against them for self-defense. For sure, that sounds like self-defense. But as soon as you stand over him when it's not an immediate threat, now we have a problem. Here's the other problem. I was talking to somebody who seems like they're sort of close to this case. They think it's a possibility that he left the scene of the crime with the gun and potentially crossed state lines with it in his car.
Oh, so they still... Okay, so this
is not confirmed, but somebody told me this who seems like they kind of know what's going on. And that, I mean, hey, if you take somebody's gun and shoot them with it, and then you bring it with you, you put it in the car, and then you drive from Texas to Detroit.
So he never surrendered the gun.
I mean, he left the crime scene. He never had a conversation with the cops.
Oh,
if he had stayed there, that would have been way better
I didn't
for
know
his
that.
case. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought he stayed.
He hightailed it out of there.
So why the f did he go on the run he went on?
I don't know. And
that's crazy. See, I didn't know that.
What did he do with the gun? Is the gun still in the car? Is the gun in his house where he was staying at? Because that matters a lot too. Because if they can't prove that he crossed state lines with the gun, that would be good.
They gotta find it.
If they find it in Detroit, that's a real big problem.
His ass is in trouble.
Yeah.
He's cooked. And I'm gonna be real. This Ben 10. Look, you know, I'm team NBA.
You think he's hiding his paralysis?
Yeah, I don't think he can walk.
Yeah.
I don't think he can walk. I see everything else going on, but I think because he's hearing people saying out the gate he's paralyzed, right? You can have neck down, waist down, or whatever, but I haven't seen him out of that bed.
Nah. Doesn't look good.
Yeah, and another thing, like, he keep flashing these Sprites and these little drinks, right? He better learn that they just watch this JR dude.
Yeah.
They're watching you too. Lord forbid they come in there and that Sprite ain't right in a motherfucking hospital.
Could be bad.
Yeah, it could be some whole other shit.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that they know dude was involved in whatever went on. So I think that's coming as well. You know, you could be a victim and a goddamn you know,
the aggressor as well.
The aggressor as well.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So we about to see. The question is, will JR cooperate to save himself?
But what's JR potentially going to be charged with?
Well, they probably going to charge him again. I haven't seen the full video from the location. If he didn't pick that gun up off the ground from somewhere.
Oh, you're talking about that JR? I think you meant J. Smith Jr.
Oh no, him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they gonna drag. They snatching him.
But why do? What would his involvement be?
Okay,
like, you know,
dude told us, and the people in the place didn't know this existed till the feds made them rewind that shit to review it there before they left with it. They got a tape of dude congregating in the parking lot with all the dudes. Then they saying allegedly he's the first one to go to grab the jury. So they're saying he initiated it. And from his action came the assault and the shooting. That's what they said they looking at him on. And the dude told my back door, he said, yo, y'all be thinking Wack was capping. That voice, that recording he put out saying the feds called him, that's the same lady came to see. So how you know? He said the voice, bro. I know the voice from the shit that was on the internet.
Damn.
So Houston PD ain't moved on nobody. We got the feds just moved on this dude.
Yeah.
They ain't went down there to Ben 10 or nothing.
Right.
And they'll sit back and wait. So I think this is gonna it's gonna be something crazy, but we gotta do better, bro. This shit is, I ain't gonna lie, bro. We talk our shit, but I look up, bro, and it's kind of like this was all about another dude's baby mama that he ain't even with. I don't even think this JR dude's just tripping this.
That's the version of it that I heard from somebody, is basically that
Dude,
All-Star ain't been, it hasn't really said anything online, but it has been like very much taunted by J. Smith Jr.
Yeah, but like for what? Like, okay, listen.
Jay Prince, sorry. I said
Listen,
J.
bro.
Smith, my bad.
I haven't been with my kid's mother in over 4.5 years. So if you popped up with my kid's mother, whatever, just use that as an example. Don't think she's that type of person, but let's just say it is. You can't taunt me because that's not my thing. So I don't know what dude was doing to it. This is why his father got mad. Because I've been teasing the shit out of him. They say his father went crazy on him. Called him a tender dick, sucker for love. He said, you got this takeoff shit going on. Said you got this damn this thing with the security guard came up unalive. You got the jeweler, the shit with the jeweler you mentioned over there, and now this behind another nigga's baby mama who he not tripping. Cause think about it, what was his reason for even approaching this dude?
Yeah.
What's the problem? If you got her, you got her.
Yeah.
I don't even want to antagonize you like that.
But you think Jay Prince Jr. really said, like, hey, Ben 10, we're going to go run down on this dude. You got to take his chain.
I think they have some footage of him in that parking lot with all these dudes. And I think they have footage of him initiating the first reach for the jury.
Oh, okay.
And they're saying because of that, everything else happened.
Crazy.
So, hopefully he survives. He's a dumbass, though. His father is a very wealthy man. He's very business-wise. I've been knowing dude a long time. We be doing our little back and forth. But, like, bro, you got to watch all of The Godfather, bro. You can't skip the Fredo parts, bro.
Yeah.
Sometimes motherfucker got to go.
Yeah.
Because this dude is jeopardizing everything you built for no reason.
Yeah, it's crazy. But, I mean, this scenario could have paralyzed one guy who also might do serious jail time. JR might do actual Fed time, who knows how much. And then who knows if Jay Prince Jr. gets wrapped up in this whole thing, too. So you got 3 people's lives that could be seriously from this one moment of just like pure ego.
And then she's over there with somebody else.
Yeah.
What is this all about? Hey, bro, I know this. I don't know what you got going on or what little meeting you had.
What meeting?
But your little new inductees, bro, they shaking the building up. Man. They calling motherfuckers out, talking crazy.
Doughboy wants a fade with Spoetyface.
Yeah, he's serious. He called me, and I asked him why. He told me why. Did he tell you why?
It was when we were on live stream and they were arguing about something racial, and he ended up calling him a jigaboo.
But that's not why he wants to fade.
Why?
He said his daughter called him.
Yeah. Probably
right?
not fun.
And because his daughter called him about the situation, he said he approached Spoetyface in the lobby. He said Spoetyface apologized and was very low-key turned down about it. Cool. And then I guess he said, I leave, turn around. I guess Sporty came in here to do his pod, and he went up on him.
Yeah.
So he like, yo, this bitch-ass nigga, you was just with me out there. You was cool, telling me, yeah, I know how it is. I'm a father too. My bad. Won't happen. Whatever you said. Then he said, I'll leave and come back in here. And he went up on me. So, I've been knowing, I didn't realize that I've been knowing dude for a while.
Doughboy.
Yeah.
From the roast me days, or?
I've been knowing from wilding out over there.
Okay, yeah.
I've been knowing him for a while. And he's a humble dude, but I know a few situations. He ain't no punk.
Doughboy?
Doughboy will fight.
You've seen him fight?
He will fight.
You've seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I've seen situations to where, I know what Creeper do because we've been in situations.
Right. I mean,
he will fight. He ain't no punk.
Just big picture, when you look at this, it is pretty crazy that a large percentage of the No Jumper cast are gang affiliated. We go out of our way to bring on a couple people who are not gang affiliated, and you give it 2 weeks, and you got one of the non-gang affiliates challenging the Rolling 40 general himself, Spoetyface, to a fade. I could not have scripted this. People call me Vince McMahon. I could have never pictured this was what was going to happen here.
Well, I think 40 gonna stop mentioning him. Sporty gonna stop mentioning him. As Doughboy called him out live.
I mean, honestly, he called him out in the group chat, and then I think he talked about it on the news. But the whole thing that was weird about it is that he was calling out Spoetyface to the fade in the group chat, and we're all thinking that he's talking about today, tomorrow, this week. And then they're like, oh, no, I need 2.5 months. I'm like, you need a fight camp?
That's cloud chasing.
I was kind of confused about that.
Yeah,
I'm like, if you're really mad and offended, you presumably want to get this out the way right now, right?
Spody ain't gonna give him that. Spody gonna start understanding what we understand about some of these dudes.
I mean, Spoetyface said I will pull up today and fight you in the parking lot, which I was like, hey, please, we don't need to do this in the parking lot. Let's do it at the boxing gym or whatever. But I don't know. I guess Doughboy wants a couple of months. We can ask him later when we do our bonus episode with him.
Shit. He called me last night. He called me this morning on some crazy shit. He called me about the peanut butter dude, talking about, can he arrange a sit down? I'm like, what are you talking about?
A sit down with
me and Munchie B. Like he called
Doughboy's trying to be Farrakhan for you and Munchie.
Called me at like,
wow.
I was on my way taking my son to school, so I had to be like 7:30, and I didn't know where the call came from. I'm like, cause I'm just watching the, dude that, got loaded again. That dude told old girl, I can pull out the gerb and we can just go over there and get it out the way.
Gerb the gerb, yeah.
Yo, wait.
Munchie was a little drunk.
Hey, yo, bro, hey, you know what? I hope he keeps it real with himself, cause evidently he didn't go back to y'all content. He made up a bunch of excuses when he did the last little episode. And look and be like, yo, that's not a good look.
Who said that, Munchie?
Yeah, he never owns up to he was loaded, a little too loaded. He never owns up that I got a problem.
That's weird because
he couldn't even talk. The fact of him being who he's supposed to be, and he just couldn't even talk and walking away and all in the pants falling down and him not really understanding what he's saying to the chicks about he's grabbing his nuts with just his briefs on and he's talking about pulling out the gerb to the chick. I don't think he really knew what he was doing at that time. But it's because he's loaded.
Two things about Munchie though is that number one, ever since me and him got into that situation where I fucking moved his chair gracefully with my foot, I moved the chair with my foot,
feet all on him,
footgate, if you will. Ever since then, he's been chilling with the drinking a lot on the podcast. Like before that, it was kind of up in the air when he would come on. Sometimes he would be crazy ass drunk Munchie, and sometimes he'd be regular Munchie. Like he's been regular. Maybe once in a while he'll have one of those cut waters in his hand, but he hasn't had like a bottle on the podcast in months. But that live stream that they did where everybody was smoking, it was a 24-hour live stream, which, by the way, everybody keeps asking me about it. We're trying to get it back up, but the file did not save to YouTube correctly, so it's kind of an issue right now. But either way, that clearly drove him to have more drinks than he was maybe used to, and so he got a little lit, yeah. But
little lit.
All things considered, nothing crazy happened.
Talk.
We all have problems talking sometimes, yeah.
No. Yo, bro, listen, the way he pumped, he's the B team general. He's the mayor. He's the biggest blood ever invented or created that walks the streets of Los Angeles County. You can't be loaded to a point where you can't talk.
I think that's a
violation. That's a security breach.
When you're a gang leader, you can get drunk enough that you can't talk.
Not around your homies.
And your podcast homies.
No. Because they'll line his ass up.
I don't know about that, but I will say.
You got females there, you don't know who they tied to, bro.
He had his people with him, but the one thing that
wasn't nobody with him that day.
No, there was.
Cap.
Facts.
They had to put his Uber information in.
Nah.
Cap.
But either way, we missed out on one of the greatest clips
he stay up here by himself in an Uber.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does.
He always has a dude with him.
Bet.
At least one.
Bet. So you telling me he ain't never Adam?
I think there was one time that he Ubered.
Man, that nigga, listen, he stayed
anyway,
solo.
I just want to let you know, though, that we almost had one of the greatest clips in the history of podcasting because at one point he grabbed the bong and almost poured the bong into his cup that he drinks out of. He almost poured the bong water into it because he thought
y'all was going to let him drink it?
Well, I just saw this afterwards, but Nathan saw it and actually grabbed the bong out of his hand to make sure he did it. But that would have been...
That's because he loaded.
No, it's because he's blind.
No, when dude was coherent, he know what the fuck is around him. And dude sees shadows.
Okay, it's because he was loaded and he was blind in that particular case. But yeah, the Spoetyface thing is getting kind of crazy though, because he's had, like, it's not just the Doughboy thing, but there's a new thing emerging in the No Jumper fan base that they're calling...
He says a bunch of dumb shit.
It's called Spoety fatigue. Which is that some people are allegedly growing kind of tired of the fact that Spoetyface will literally argue with you about anything. If you say my sister's name is Melissa, he's going to say, no, it ain't.
The dumbest shit he said is when him and nephew was talking about women, and he mentioned San Francisco, and he says no, but the gays. Nigga, it is more gay people in Los Angeles than San Francisco.
You really think? Well, there's way more people here, period.
Listen,
but
it's more gay people in Los Angeles than Atlanta.
Percentage-wise,
Okay,
I'm going to say SF beats LA.
Okay, let's go to it. Okay. I already pulled it up. I got it already.
You probably know a lot.
New York, LA got 22,000. San Francisco got 134,000. Right? Atlanta is down to like 60,000.
San Francisco has a significantly higher percentage of LGBTQ plus residents compared to Los Angeles, consistently ranking as having the highest concentration of gay individuals among. There? Right, but you realize that the numbers themselves are basically useless because you have to talk about it as a percentage of the population.
He cannot exclude as if it ain't a bunch of gay people right here. And what does gay people have to do with that conversation?
But you and him are both doing the same thing where you're talking about the sheer numbers as opposed to the percentage of the whole. And I agree, though, that him saying that was insane in the context of that argument, because Almighty Suspect was talking about the fact that oftentimes black women are frustrated when they see high value black men dating outside of their race, specifically with white women, which I think anyone who's spent time online or reads or watches videos or whatever knows that this is a pretty common concern.
That's what it is.
Black women are definitely, not all, but some are frustrated about the fact that black men oftentimes achieve a bunch of success and then they end up married to some Chinese woman. And it was Spoetyface's response to that just left so much to be desired, because he's basically just saying well, I ain't never heard a black woman say that. Listen, it's that is an anecdote. That has nothing to do with the population as a whole.
Dude said the women he be around hood chicks right there in the city.
He's around people who have never seen a white person besides a cop or the H&R Block employee.
I told you before, dude been in jail for what they tell me half the majority of his little life, right?
I think he did 10 years.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, if you sit back and let dude tell you his life experiences, it's gonna start and stop between his neighborhood and the penitentiary. I bet he don't even got a passport.
Probably not, yeah.
This is what I'm saying. He got to be mid-30s, whatever old he is. So it's like people like that. And then I told, he called him whatever he called him, a jigaboo or some shit. Yeah. He should have called him one back. I believe all gangbangers are jigaboos too. You take it away from your community, same shit.
Right.
It's the same shit. You taking the park, right? You hurting and harming people on the blocks, right? This is taken away from the community, right? So if you hollering out certain shit and you active in that, right? Then you're that too. I don't get. And then they fought you on this one. I'm looking at you like maybe you was tired. When you told them Flacco and the average gangbanger,
Flacco would win in a debate.
Bro,
Spoetyface,
listen.
Spoetyface was talking about it Flacco's going to get destroyed. I'm like, listen, against the upper echelon of gang members, yes, maybe they'll have a good shot. But against the random dude, what are we talking about?
90% of gangbangers dropped out of school by the 7th grade.
Right.
Another 50% of them did drugs so hard they forgot what they learned from kindergarten to the 7th grade. This is a fact. If we gave them an aptitude test and told them to take it, a lot of them dudes gonna come back 3rd, 4th grade. This is what's real. Listen, I come from both sides of it. You can't tell me, right? This is just what's real. A lot of these dudes, they can't tell you what pi is or the square root of 12 or can do pre-algebra, none of this type of shit, right? They can't even speak English no more. They've been speaking Ebonics so goddamn long, that's really how they talk to their mother, to whoever, right? So I'm like, yo, bro, you really gonna argue that them dudes is on the block could outwit somebody who really is went to school and got educated?
They were arguing with me, and then that's the most insane thing about it too, is that, I thought I had seen the greatest heights imaginable in terms of Lush being a dick rider and just a total just being willing to say anything possible to make people of color like him. And then I have Lush sitting on a podcast with me, Lush, a very intelligent 45-year-old man, saying that going to college does not make you more intelligent.
Dumb as hell.
We looked it up. If you go to college for 1 year, on average, it'll increase your IQ by 1 to 5 points, which to me seems obvious. Do you think if you had gone to college for 6 years and got a degree in philosophy, don't you think you'd be smarter? Obviously, you'd be smarter.
Smart. I would know more about other shit.
Yeah.
Now, I just told her, I said, Lush, you're confusing a dude that's hustling, right? And even these dudes. They ain't that goddamn smart. He got caught with this. He got 5 years. He comes back to the very same place he got caught and does it all again, gets caught again, gets 10 years.
Who did that?
And then he comes back to the very same place after the 10, gets caught, and the feds say, you habitual criminal, we giving you 25 years. That's not smart. These are what street dudes do. I'm just being real. That, like, street dudes that return, these are the dudes you're talking about, Flacco, doing his debate with. They're not that goddamn smart. The ones that find their niche and a lane and get somewhere else and create their own world, now those are ones you make it have a conversation with.
And my suggestion was Skip Townsend would be near the top of my list of like an educated dude who comes from a street background that I would just like to see what a conversation between him and Flacco would be like. Would he be willing to sit down with Flacco? I don't know. But then, like,
why wouldn't they? Both rats. Flacco not a rat, he's a civilian. Skip's a rat.
I don't know. But
Flacco not a rat, he's a civilian, but Skip's a rat.
But when we're, okay, as far as like other crazy things we had to argue about, Munchie said that there's no way that Flacco would be able to get 20 Bloods to sit down with him.
Bullshit.
I'm like, I said we could call Whack and Whack will get him 20 Bloods by the end of the day.
Hey, bro, the fact that Munchie's saying that and he's the main blood that's giving Flacco information is crazy.
Right. I mean, the Bloods are not exactly this insanely tight-knit organization. Like, yeah, okay, maybe nobody from Inglewood will go do it. But there's a million other fucking Bloods that would.
If you rapping, if you trying to blog, podcast, you in the YouTube space, you're coming to sit down with Flacco.
I mean, I really feel, though, that I need to send Spoetyface to some sort of, like, debate boot camp because I'm just kind of, like I like him as a podcaster, and I think he has a ton of potential, but there's the fatigue that is setting in from hearing him sort of have the same conversations over
I told you this from the beginning. I said, look, bro, Adam, what you talking about? The 4 extra shit was going on at the time. This dude was clown enough to come on here. That was a good look for you. Okay, in your face, 4 extras. That was the play. Dude sitting there, he really don't add nothing to the conversation. This is why he intentionally goes at it with anything you say. This is the only way he can talk.
No, but I think that's really him, though. I feel like he actually just like I would love to have a conversation with like his girlfriend. I don't know if he has a girlfriend, but if he does, like I would love to know what her life is like because for sure they're arguing about everything under the sun. I actually really like what Spoetyface does add to the podcast because when it was just Lush, Munchie, and Hefe and me, I felt like it was a little dry. Like it wasn't as active. And Spoetyface kind of spices it up a little bit more, but some of the things he tries to argue are just mind-blowing.
Don't make sense. Well, you know, he sees dude as a threat. He sees anybody, no, not Munchie. Munchie been here. He sees anybody new coming in that may have their own lane. That's way different from theirs because they have their own lane. Spody ain't got no. He's in that Hefe shadow.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
there's not too much. He's in that Hefe shadow, and that Hefe's doing his thing the way he does it. Got his channel doing his thing, and he already got his character set. So now when you look at Spoetyface, you say, okay, well, what are you doing? His biggest claim to fame was DC Baby Draco.
True.
Which was, he still argues, and I'm glad you get it now. I'm like, look, bro, you told me to go get the paperwork. I went and got it. It said dismissed, and you still want to argue if he's guilty or not.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you arguing? It says dismissed.
Right. Yeah, from like a street perspective, it's like, bro, if it got dismissed, it is what it is.
But he's still gonna argue.
But listen, Spoetyface and Doughboy were going to inevitably butt heads either way because I like Doughboy. And I agree with him on a lot of stuff, and I think he's very smart. But he has a lot of positions that are not exactly in line with the average black person, never mind the average black person that be on some kind of sort of woke shit like Spoetyface is, because he said basically he thinks that there's nothing really wrong with people of other races saying the N-word. He said that he doesn't think...
Who said that? Doughboy.
He said he doesn't think there's anything wrong with blackface, which I think that there's room for these arguments, because I do think that the ban on blackface is kind of stupid and counterproductive.
If Drewski was funny, then we could think others are funny. You can't say this is funny because they did it. Well, they can't do it because back in the day, no.
And Doughboy is a comedian, so from his perspective, being funny is more important than, you know, just whatever, like being tough or whatever. You know, like something like Spoetyface, like his primary virtue is being hard, tough, having respect. That's what gang life is all about. If you're a person who's been in Hollywood, acting, doing comedy and stuff for all these years,
the real hard
you
dudes,
take free speech and comedy, and that is your primary value.
The real hard dudes that really come from gang life, that earned that and did that. Like, I could bring Pee Wee up here from his neighborhood, right?
Uh-huh.
And Pee Wee really that. He'll sit here and you won't see or hear none of that coming out of his mouth because he's already that. It's those that didn't really achieve that. Spoetyface always been in 4 extra shadow. On some real shit.
You think they were always lumped together like that even before the internet era?
So I believe so. He always been in his shadow. And you know, I think he tries too hard, and he just need to figure out who he is. Is he a Crip? Is he a anti-gang? Is he a Hebrew Israelite? Old boy called me Gorilla Hebrew. He like, bro, this dude is a hypocrite like a motherfucker. He was calling me saying this. Now I look up and he's doing this and doing that. He like, dude don't know what he want to be. So I think if he thinks it's something over there for him, he'll come that way and portray as he's something he's not. And if he can't get nothing out of it, then he'll spin back to, this is neighborhood.
It's interesting.
It's neighborhood.
The other thing he does that pisses me off is that he like makes everything about race.
Yeah, that's not what it is.
If I say oh, I had a good day today, he's gonna say, yeah, well, you white.
Yeah,
it's like there's a few things that we gotta get Spoetyface to be a little more serious.
You gotta ask him. He don't even come from that. Okay, you got some police brutality. We all got it, but guess what? We was doing shit on some real shit. He don't come from that. He grew up right. He grew up in Alabama in motherfucker 68, 72, 81. He don't come from that to even be on that. He read a couple books, right? And you more racist than anybody anyway. You hate black people more than the average white dude because, nigga, you was attacking black people over a color. This is just real shit. That's why I tell people, listen, I'm American. All lives matter. I fuck with everybody. Did I used to be on that dumb shit? Absolutely. This is why I tell the kids, I am not a gangbanger. And I advise you don't turn into a gangbanger. And at the end of the day, we can't think it's cool to laugh about this, but then when it's done back, we want to cry and go back 100 years to reason why it's not cool for them to do that. Like Jake Paul, when he said, I'm going to go do blackface, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I want to see how funny it's going to be because Drewski's shit was funnier than hell.
Here's the thing. Jake Paul is not funny.
No, I'm just saying I don't know what he's going to do.
Drewski is like maybe arguably the funniest black person living.
No.
Okay, well, if you don't think he's number one, he's probably top 5, right?
Okay, I put him up.
I mean, you know, like yeah, you got to give it to like Dave Chappelle. He's been funny as fuck his whole life. But like as far as like an Instagram reel from a black person, I think Drewski's got like the highest percentage
the guy in that lane,
being funny than anybody else on earth. So when he chooses to do Erica Kirk, I mean, before somebody could have just told me the idea, I wouldn't even have to see it. I would have said, "Oh my god, that's going to be so good."
But I'm saying if we can laugh at that,
yeah,
why would we get offended at? We talking about right now in 2026.
No, I agree. It's a stupid thing to have prohibited because it opens the door for people. It builds up animosity from the white people who feel like they're not able to communicate as freely as a black person in a similar situation when it's okay for one side to do it and it's not okay for the other side. This is just, it builds up like a bad dynamic. And it creates things like white resentment towards other people, which I think is unfortunate.
I told you dude was going to fizzle the fuck out. Like, dude, he's not a 4 extras. Even though 4 extras is kind of in his own box, you know, it's still, he's like a Crip Mac, you know what I'm saying? It's funny. You know what I'm saying? When he does certain shit, when he reacts certain ways, it's what it is. He's a character. Dude don't know if he fucking Malcolm X, goddamn Tukey Williams. I would never under any circumstances, never when I asked him deal with Forexes. Oh man, I got emotional because he showed up to my graduation. Get the fuck up. See, that's the dude that was balled up when them 3 little niggas was DPing him and he didn't want to fight back. That was him. I would never, it touched me emotionally. Cool, we all understand, but you went so hard with why you would never under any circumstances. It doesn't matter. Stop being something you ain't, bro. Stop being overly tough and just kick back.
I'm not giving up on the Spoetyface operation at all. I just think, okay, this is the thing about Doughboy that I like, and that Spoetyface I think needs to work on a little bit, is that when the chat says, yo, Doughboy, you're being annoying, you're being weird, you got too drunk, you did this, whatever. Like, they've had criticisms for it, and it seems like he's really taking those things in and thinking about it and actually trying to figure out how he can be a better podcaster. And people will donate when we're on stream sometimes to tell Spoetyface that they don't like him or whatever, and he's just like, suck my dick. Suck my dick. It's like...
He goes, bro...
The fans are the most important thing in this whole dynamic. So if the fans have an opinion, you got to pay attention.
Because he's never had fans.
Yeah.
He really don't know what he want to do with this. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting you say that. Yeah, because he wasn't really like trying to be a podcaster that hard when I brought him on this. It just kind of fell in place. Okay, I want to talk about the Dejon Paul TDE beef.
What you mean? Come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
You don't think it's a real beef? I think it's a real beef. He says he's suing him.
Suing who?
He's suing
guy right here.
Oh, wait, okay. So this is a clip of academics shedding light on what happened, I guess. I could kind of tell you what happened.
Can't put no word beef with Dejon Paul and TDE.
And what he said, Dejon Paul, that's his name.
I love that Ak is talking about Dejon now.
Apparently, something happened. I don't know if they kicked him out of the group chat or something like that, but he decided to expose TDE. Now, this guy said, yo, listen, man, you shouldn't be in my DM sucking dick if you was going to let your TDE homies and employees press you into apologizing for talking to me. You're supposed to be a leader, not a follower. Stand on what you said in the DMs. Don't be a coward because your homie don't like me. So apparently he's exposing his DMs with Punch. You know, Punch says, my guy. He says, good afternoon. I hope everything is well. What's good? He said, everything is good, champion. Was looking at some of your commentary. It's definitely needed. Oh, wow. So TDE Punch is like, you know them guys. They're like desperate to get anybody on their side.
All right. So basically, Punch reached out to Dejon to tell him that he appreciated what he was doing content-wise, which is not really that surprising because Dejon does a bunch of content that really, emphasizes lyricism and musicality and hip-hop, whatever. So, especially on the West Coast. So he has that conversation. Then I think he finds out about how horrible some of the things that Dejon has actually said about various members of the Apollo podcast are. I don't even know exactly what he said about MacWap, but at one point, Keem is a part of TDE, and Dejon was saying some of the worst shit you could ever imagine about him. He was talking about his dad. The roaches are eating his dad is dead. He said the roaches are eating your dead dad right now. Shit like that. So then Punch hops on Twitter and basically apologizes to MacWap for even communicating with Dejon.
What's wrong with that?
I don't really think there's anything wrong with it, to be honest. Yeah.
Bro, listen. That's like me finding out that somebody I sent some words of encouragement. Hey, bro, I like what you're doing. Keep going up.
And then you find out.
And then Remo sends me some shit where this dude's talking about your daughter.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? I didn't know it. So my first thing gonna be like, well, let me prove to my partners I didn't know this was going on. You get what I'm saying? Punch ain't gonna respond. And even the shit Punch sent him, that was just all butter up shit. You know what I'm saying? That was operation, let me plant a seed in case we need him.
Yeah, I mean.
That's all that was, bro.
I don't know how much somebody like Punch would even give a shit about really embracing a member of the media who's relatively small like Dejon. But if I was in his position where I got all these artists and I want the artists to be treated favorably and this guy has some sort of voice in the culture, Yeah, you might reach out to him, butter him up a little bit, give him an exclusive.
Who got a voice? He don't got no voice in the culture.
I mean, he has some kind of voice, even if it might not be reflected in the numbers on his podcast.
Yeah, listen, look. I salute dudes' creativity, right? To create a report card and create these things, right? But that shit ain't been embraced like that.
No, yeah, it's still pretty tiny. He does like 1,000 views per podcast.
Yeah,
or something
it doesn't make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him for doing what he's doing. I give him props for squabbling up. I don't take nothing from him. You know, that's why I give him his most props from. You know, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, I just think Punch was like maybe a little bored, and he probably was just, you know, testing his bullshit skills.
But so then,
let me see if I still got my bullshit guy and get a response from it, just in case I need it.
but also, you know, Punch cares about music and shit, so he probably saw Dejon talking about music and emphasizing the fact that he cares so much about West Coast music. It's not surprising to me that he might just reach out and say, hey, I fuck
Do
with
you
what you're
think
doing.
Dejon has any effect on anything TDE does?
No, probably not. Not really. Not in any significant way. But so then, okay, now Dejon is pissed off at Punch for taking this line in this whole scenario, and he actually took to the internet and claimed that he is now suing TDE because multiple different members under the TDE umbrella, specifically, I guess he's talking about the members of the Apollo like MacWap and Keem, have expressed so much homophobia to them. And he even gave No Jumper a little shout out and said that the homophobia that he dealt with Figmunity World was actually much, much worse than anything he dealt with on No Jumper.
Are you talking about Baby Keem?
No. Keem.
Another Keem.
You want to see him?
So yeah, what Keem are you talking about?
Keem is a somewhat plus-sized, light-skinned man who,
And what does he do at TDE?
you know, he's a friend of theirs. I don't know that he has
get the
any
fuck
like
outta
official role.
Yeah, so if he ain't got any official role, he's not
This
named.
guy.
He's not an artist.
You ever seen him?
Yeah, I seen him. But if he's not signed, he's not part of the corporate structure. What do you do?
And also, Dejon has no like working relationship with TDE, so it's kind of weird to be like, hey, while I was part of Figmunity World, these guys said homophobic things to me, but I'm not going to sue Figmunity World because they don't have any money. Instead, I'm going to sue TDE because they have a loose affiliation with these guys, even though they said it on their podcast. They didn't say it in any context that has anything to do with TDE. It actually honestly sounds like one of the most frivolous lawsuits I could ever imagine, and it's definitely not going anywhere. It's probably never even going to get filed.
It's designed for people to talk about it. That's
or for him to maybe try to find his way into a settlement
better,
like he did to me.
He better watch his step, because when you playing with something like TDE, they like to counter back. You understand what I'm saying? About what it cost him to defend this.
And think about how, like, my main thing after Dejon fucked me over by lying about being shot, which for the record, I'm sure he's going to claim that he was really shot again soon in the media or whatever. But when he did that, and then he goes to Figmunity and he burns the bridge with them, I was like, how is this guy going to find himself into a situation where anybody will give him an opportunity when he's been on 2 major podcast platforms on the West Coast? They both got rid of him under duress. And then after that, he does what? He gets into this big beef where he's threatening to sue the most prominent label in hip hop. It's like, bro, if me and T-Rail and AD and everybody who's had a bad relationship with him on this side isn't bad enough on the podcast side of things, now he's creating enemies with the biggest label on the West Coast.
No, he's not. That label don't even hear him, bro. He's talking to associates of the label.
But they're not going to ever do anything for him. They're not going to ever invite him to an event. They're not going to, give him access to something. And that there's a trickle-down effect there, because obviously Punch talks to other people who have labels and
Everybody
other people who
that's
manage artists.
associated or tied to that, when it comes to certain things, where they might have let him in to do something, he just shut himself down.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And TDE, listen, TDE though is not going to call around and tell people to do these things. It's just going to automatically happen.
It's just a chilling effect upon
Yeah.
whatever you have going on career-wise. Yeah, I really don't understand. I mean, you got to kind of marvel at Dejon. He's just such a little asshole.
He's a liar. You see the lie he told up
The
here?
biggest liar. What lie are you talking about there, though?
Up here?
Well, about being shot?
Yeah, bro, come on, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know how the fans let him off the hook on that.
The feds?
The fans.
The fans. Well, he doesn't really have fans like that.
Oh, shit.
He has like the No Jumper Reddit who will kind of observe him when he's doing something extreme. They'll watch it. The clip will go up, but as far as people who want to watch him on a consistent basis, and I mean, bro, like I really believed in him and really wanted to keep working on building him up. And like, look what he did to me. Like, it's just so
told
crazy.
you about him too.
Yeah.
Yes, I said, bro, dude is here. He has a motive. He came with the I want to help No Jumper build type shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't gonna lie, Doughboy is kind of some shit he's doing. He's giving me the same vibe. The tattoo shit is a little extreme.
The tattoo doesn't make you feel like, oh, this guy is actually a devoted No Jumper warrior.
No, it kind of gives me the vibes that I'm looking for a few brownie points to kind of make sure you don't get rid of me. And he don't know Adam 22, don't give a fuck about none of that. If you start doing some shit or the shit stop adding up, he'll get rid of your ass and that No Jumper tattoo.
I have no plans on getting rid of Doughboy, but if you look back in history, I did fire someone like a week after they got a No Jumper head tattoo that was like this big. So, I mean, and didn't even think twice about it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He better have his kid's name on him.
He probably does. I think his kid's like a grown adult.
I wouldn't give a f.
Yeah.
He better have his kid, his mama, his grandmama, great-grandmama, auntie, niece, his first goddamn dog, and his parakeet name on him. Before he go put a damn No Jumper tattoo. That's crazy.
No Jumper is a great thing to get tattooed on you. I haven't personally gotten a tattoo on me,
So
but
you don't even have a No Jumper tattoo
I don't, but I'm
on
going to. I need to. 10 years in. Got to do it.
Yo, I seen 607 up. I seen some shit. Something Jumper. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, he's stealing your shit.
Is he?
Yeah, he got a whole, it said something Jumper. It was.
Should we go to his YouTube channel? Is that where we're going to see this?
Yeah, I just saw it the other day. Something Jumper.
But do you know that me and 607 Unk are doing a 24-hour lock-in tomorrow with Crib Mac?
Oh, that's going to be a funny one.
I don't see anything on his YouTube channel so much. He's interviewing big homie CC's fat ass.
I just seen it the other day. I got to call him. I meant to call him, but they called me the other night.
Man, he is not uploading too much. I mean, some of his clips are doing pretty good, but
he did one with Captain Tazariot. I wonder how that went. They were battling. He called Captain Tazariot a racist.
Yeah, that seems fair. What are your predictions?
Hold on, Adam.
What?
You can't just you think Captain Tazariot at ISUPK, Hebrew Israelites, Wud West is racist?
I mean, he might be able to engage in the semantic gymnastics that it would require to say that he's not a racist, but I think if he was really being realistic, he would probably admit he's a racist. Yeah.
You say the semantic gymnastics.
Yeah, that's some Immortal Technique ass shit right there, huh? Oh, so I guess he's maybe calling his podcast The New Jumper.
There it goes. I knew I seen something.
I mean, you just calling yourself that when you're a tiny little crumb of a No Jumper.
I seen something. But yeah,
but look at how persistent he is in stealing our guests. Now he's got Nutty, the guy who beat up King Pill. Now he's got Nutty on his podcast. I guess that's like, he thinks that's a big move. I guess he got cool with Yella again. That's good.
Yo, I knew I seen something that caught my eye.
Yeah. But how do you predict that's going to go? Do you think we're going to actually be able to keep Crip Mac in the building for 24 hours? We're going to be sleeping in the same room.
Well, he's going to go to sleep.
Me too. We're going to sleep on stream, and Lush is actually volunteering to come in and like take over the stream while we're sleeping.
Here?
In my office.
Where the fuck you going to sleep at? You only got one couch.
We're going to put some mattresses on the ground.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you and Crip Mac just finna lock in.
And Unk. I don't know who's going to be the top and who's going to be the bottom.
Huh?
I guess I get a boner real easily, so I'll probably be the top.
What the fuck them is two men, bro.
If you had a chance to either of them in the asshole, which one would you pick? No?
Hey, listen, I don't participate in activities. 607 don't. I know you and Crip Mac got a different type of relationship. So, I don't know what y'all got going on.
I just want to bust his coochie and ass open.
Well, I mean, he was dealing, our guy, he told me, he said he's trying to act like he didn't know I was calling a transgender, and he absolutely knew. Neon.
Oh.
Yeah, he's trying to act like he didn't know and he knew, so.
He hasn't done anything with Neon since then.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he swing that way. I mean, shit, Crip back here's the way you talk about him and the way you look at him. Maybe he into that shit.
Maybe.
He has been to a 50-50 yard.
He did admit that. And he is on your big homie is on a 50-50 yard remix.
Yeah. I mean, that shout out to, the guys that exposed that.
But nobody can ever hate on the 50-50 yard again because Crip Mac was on one, Jab 5 was on one.
Listen, man, I was running content on that a year ago. It's some real G homies on that 50-50 yard for different reasons. And a lot of them ain't over there because they ran off the yard scared. They over there because they sent 3-4 cats at them and the police seen it, so they gonna move them like that, right? So, it's some real. Then you got a lot of them when they closed down Death Row, like the homeboy Lil Sonny from Six Deuce Brim, right? He was on Death Row for 20-something years. They closed Death Row down, and that's where they sent him, right? And guess what? He's on the level 3, 50-50, and guess what? For 20-something years, he couldn't come outside at night. You think he give a damn who on that yard with him, and he know he got 200-300 years with life without, and he can come outside at nighttime under the star. I know to us that don't mean nothing.
Right.
You think he gonna be like, oh no, homie, I gotta keep it real. I ain't gonna stay on this yard. Send me back over there where I won't see the stars.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
But I dare somebody to go playing with him.
Sus is going to a 50-50 yard potentially. That's what people are saying.
But Sus is a civilian. He can go where the fuck he want. I advise Sus to try to work his way to Jamestown Fire Camp and go get some third time.
He did say that he wants to go to a fire camp.
Straight up. That's what I advise him to do. He bet not feed into nothing. None of these street dudes is talking about what you can and can't do. Go up there. Stay down for your manhood. Don't be no punk. Protect yourself. Don't let nobody take nothing from you. But where them people send you from classification is where you go do your time and you try to get to the spot where you can do the least amount of time. He bet not go on there talking about, they ain't gonna say, man, listen, they send him there and he can do his time in peace. Do your time.
I feel like ATM Richie is trying to make a little wave off of dissing the 50-50 yards.
He ain't nobody.
But then he put Crimac on the song, and then at the same time, you've had a lot of people from J Hood to Jap 5 to Crimac, etc. They're all kind of acknowledging that they were on it. So it's like his little mission ain't working. If anything, the 50-50 yard looks a lot better right now than it did 6 months ago in terms of how people talk about it.
If you go to my YouTube channel, me and the homie from Blackstone, damn homies, man, we did a whole stream, a whole thing on the 50-50 yard because I couldn't understand it. It didn't make sense to me. Because when we did time, certain elements that they say can't be on the yard was on the yard.
Right.
Was some of the hardest motherfuckers, right? So I'm like, so you telling me all these dudes with 200-300 years and ain't never getting out is telling the dudes with a date in a year or two, you got to catch a gang of time to be good with us, stay here with us, so you can parole to the streets and tell your people, well, I would have been out 2-3 years ago, son, but I didn't want to go to a 50-50 yard.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Don't make sense.
But I don't think you're going to get the culture as a whole to just be like, yeah, man, fuck it, it's cool.
They've been exposing a lot of dudes. Like this dude, he do the crip walking.
Who?
The people on 50-50 yards been finding all these dudes paperwork. They pedophiles and sex offenders, and they on the streets, in niggas' hoods, on social media, crip walking in niggas' sets, and they been putting it up on them. And they telling people, okay, what you gonna do?
Oh shit! Did not know that.
Yeah, it been a couple cats that they didn't put up. What you gonna do? Since y'all saying this dude is out there on the streets with y'all. What you gonna do?
God damn, that's crazy.
Some dude named I see him all the time. This dude.
Can we turn the music off?
This dude, what is this dude's name? The East Side Walker.
You see?
Bro, he's on everybody's shit. He got 200,000 followers. He's in everybody's hood, crip walking. This is the attack of the 50-50 yard people. They finding all these people's shit and putting it up. He on Megan's Law. So we got to keep it real.
Damn.
You got to keep dude on the street in everybody's neighborhood. He see walking and then, okay, now the 50-50 yard people like, well, this dude right here is in Megan's Law, but he over there with y'all, but then y'all telling us we bad.
Wow. This looks crazy. 29 minutes ago, this was posted the Blueface tour flyer featuring Blueface, Stunna Girl, OT Genesis, and Compton AV. Going all the way from Sac to Washington to Salt Lake.
I just added Nebraska an hour ago.
Down to Phoenix, back to Oakland. Damn, that's going to be a pretty epic tour.
I just added Nebraska. We going, I believe.
No LA date.
Yeah, it's LA date.
Currently.
It's going to be after everything.
Oh, after everything? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So, like, what size venues do you think that they're going to be able to do?
Well, originally, it was just a Blueface tour.
Does he have a real friendship with Compton AV? How did that come together? Do they know each other real good? Oh, actually, they were together on that video shoot.
Well, they did. They met on the remix.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we just booked, I think, Omaha, Nebraska, on the 17th, I believe.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I just had to lock down the bus. Let me see.
A little Crip tour with a little
Lincoln,
sprinkling.
Nebraska. I'm sorry, Lincoln, Nebraska, at the Royal Grove, all ages. Yep, May 17th. I just added that today, like 1:30.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. I want to see how that goes.
He will be streaming.
There's not enough tours these days, you know?
Bro, listen, the venues.
The
like,
venues
bro,
are tripping?
I'm watching, he catching the blues out there.
Who?
I'm watching it. You don't see it?
Who?
Who's
Catching the blues?
Who's on tour right now? Which one of you guys on tour? Ralphie.
Oh, Ralphie the Plug.
And it ain't him. It's just like, his cameraman been slipping. He been going too far right. And some of them, and you know what I'm saying, they're not keeping them shots tight.
What do you mean?
Yeah, because like when you got a thin crowd, you either edit in another crowd from a previous show, or you tighten up that crowd to make it seem like it's a crowd.
But is there a bad clip of Ralphie that's been going around where it doesn't look too good?
No, it's just some of them venues, bro. They light, and look, and this is no diss to Ralphie. Everybody's gonna catch some of them dates. You know what I'm saying? People aren't going outside, Adam. They not going outside.
No, you know whose tour is supposedly not selling at all is Post Malone and Jelly Roll.
Now that's crazy.
I thought that they would be kind of immune to this downturn because it's such a normie ass style of music that regular ass people who have expandable income to go and see a concert. I would have thought that a Post Malone tour would be a no brainer. He seems huge, and Jelly Roll seems huge.
Yeah, that's great. They trying to do arenas, I guess, right?
It's probably the problem. Yeah, if they did smaller venues, maybe it would.
Yeah, they should have scaled that down to maybe like 7,000s. You ain't doing no yay shit.
That's crazy. These wiggers are getting their karma.
Huh?
I mean, I f with both of them. I like
both
of them.
Post Malone's a wigger?
Not in present times, but he certainly started his career out as one.
Jelly Roll too?
Jelly Roll was like a Lil White's artist under 3-6 Mafia.
Gotcha. I believe they were just who they was.
No, for sure. And I mean, there's no reason why you can't be a rapper and a country
I had a white
fan.
kid signed to me named Nicky D's, a little Irish kid. And he was around us and shit. I think he went on tour with us, didn't he? But
who was?
Nicky D's. Little Irish, rap his ass off. Fool. I got I think Doug did a feature for him. Yeah, he did. And video and everything.
How you feel about the whole San Diego being mad at me because I said they had
I got attacked too. Y'all been getting it. Bro, what happened?
What?
Some chick was like, fuck Adam and Whack 100.
Oh, yeah. I think I said
But
this, yeah.
I'm going to say this, right? And my homeboy, Mitchie Slick.
Shout out Mitchie. I'm trying to get him to come on now.
He'll come up. That ain't us a phone call.
Let's go. Come on.
All right, I
DM'd him.
I called Mitchie. Shout out. And see, one thing about Mitchie, and I got to put it on his back because he been the one kicking the doors in along with Big Reese and a couple other cats who've been a part of this shit, the exhibit movement and just everything in general. Producers, big producers, Keys and all them. Bro, they'll tell you. there's a point in time to where they didn't even have urban radio in Dago. You get what I'm saying? They didn't have urban radio. And then when they caught all that shit on gangland, when the cops was getting popped at, they wouldn't even let Mitchie, they'd stop Mitchie, right? He couldn't perform nowhere in Dago. I had to lift that.
Damn.
And risk it all. I had a game show down there. Mitchie want to come open up. He said, well, I'm banned. The mayor's, the police ain't gonna let me, bro, be there. I pulled up, I got paid the back end. I said, all right, we're gonna let our opener go on. Bitchy them jumped out. They said, dude can't come in. I said, that's our opener.
Right.
I said, if he don't go in, I'm paid. You in breach.
Right.
Our contract states we got an opener. Nothing you sent to me said that these individuals or any individuals couldn't open, period. So this is who we paid to open. So either he opened or Gang leaving. And Gang was gangster enough to like support it. You know what I'm saying? He stayed in the Sprinter. You know what I mean? And they looked and they let Mitchie perform. I did that with a couple cats. I did that with Miles too up in Sac.
You know what San Diego's all up in arms about is
I don't
because
know why.
I was doing an interview with Sean Cotton, and he said that he was staying in San Diego. And real quick, he was explaining why he was late. He's like, yeah, I had to come from San Diego. And I'm like, at some point, he said something, I think he was joking about finding an artist there or whatever. I'm like, yeah, well, you know, San Diego, not really much of a music city. That's what they're mad about.
When it comes to mainstream, anybody from San Diego will admit to that. And it's not that they don't have the talent, it's that they don't reach down there right for the talent. And then a lot of cats like Mitchie went on tour with us in his own SUV following our tour bus. And why could I come on. And everywhere we went, we hit the stage. That whole Meek Mill run when all that shit was going on, Mitchie was with us. And Mitchie definitely, every city we went to, had his own fan base and own team. But they don't come up. Like, Mitchie comes up. Like, they don't come up, right? You gotta, bro, certain places you gotta go. LA, Atlanta, Miami, New York, shit like that. You got even cats from the Bay know they gotta come down, right? You know, but they don't come up and they sit down there and the people don't reach down there. And I don't know why. You know, we gonna do another reality show called On the Fingers, and I was writing down all these neighborhoods we gonna visit to do it. And I'm like, bro, I gotta go to Dago because people just don't reach. Maybe it's because they don't give them reason. Maybe they're not loud enough. Maybe they're isolated. I don't know.
I feel like, okay, number one, it's not uncommon for a city the size of San Diego in America to not have prominent rappers in the last 20 years. You know, that's like pretty normal. Like, there's a lot of cities that are like that. Like, when I was looking up like the coldest cities in hip hop, literally San Diego was number
JL
one.
Felony is probably the biggest mainstream guy that came out, and
now he's a squatter.
What you mean?
He squats in people's houses. He like goes to rich people's houses and sleeps in them until they get kicked out.
How you know that?
He was on the news for it.
Oh, okay, there you go.
But either way, I mean, that's not even a shot at him. Like, you got to do what you got to do. But like, the fact that Mitchie's name is kind of like the number one name that people bring up when they talk about San Diego, it's like, bro, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, and he's still grinding, and he's still opening up doors, and he been trying. And it was an uphill struggle for him. Not to say it won't happen. You know what I'm saying? San Diego is a very serious city.
Yeah.
Can't take nothing from them. But when you're going on, see, you're doing, I'm glad this has happened.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't say nothing wrong because you basing it off of statistics, right?
Yeah.
This is what I went through when they asked me, was Nipsey Hussle a musical legend?
And I am from a dead city. I'm from a
shit.
city where there's no popular rapper. No popular rappers ever come out of New Hampshire. Nearest big city is Boston. Minimal popular rappers have ever come out of Boston. You got to go all the way to...
The biggest thing you're going to hear out of there is Benzino.
You got to talk about...
what's the other dude?
Well, technically, Gangstar's Guru is from Boston.
But we don't know that.
He never really claimed it.
No,
like that,
I would have told you New York.
Yeah. I think almost everybody would. So it's like, I know. And that really, if you go to every other, Portland, Maine, no rappers. Fucking Rhode Island, no rappers. Even if you skip past New York and you go to Philly right now, Philly has a music scene. They got a drill scene. But even Philly don't really have like popping rappers coming out of there, even though obviously they produce.
Keep it real.
A lot of big
Stockton been
ones
dead till at least 5 years ago.
Yeah. Stockton, come on.
Okay, and then Sacramento, shout out to Sebo. I discovered him when I was in the penitentiary, but Mozzie is probably the biggest thing that has happened
Right.
coming out of SAC.
Yeah. And like most of those cities though, like have people who would just like, if you said, yeah, there's no popping rappers coming out of Boston, they'd be like, yeah, you know,
San Jose, another one.
But yeah, San Jose was number 2 on the AI list that I got of the coldest cities. Even they put Orlando on there. But it's like, what is it about San Diego that there's this like mass delusion over that whole city that they think that there's something in the music industry and they're just not at all, ever.
Well, no, I think the people know it's skill down there, it's talent down there. But again, the politics haven't plugged into it. I don't know why, bro. You know, some good dudes down there.
But really, if there was an artist coming out of San Diego who actually had the possibility of popping off, I mean, we know how it is. Any artist who has even the slightest little smidge of motion, everybody's chasing them down to sign them these days.
I had my eye on one dude down there a few years when I was doing the Cash Money West thing. KT Foreign.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know, this was 5-6 years ago, right?
I think I follow him.
Yeah, you know, he was hard. But again, you know, I don't know what it is, but let's just be real. When you look at the statistics, it ain't there. The biggest thing came out of there when we talking mainstream is JL Felony.
Nick Cannon.
But see,
yeah,
Nick is like Travis Scott to Texas, to Houston. Oh yeah, you know, when you say his name, you think of some worldly shit.
Yeah.
Right, and then you said, oh yeah, even though he has Astro World, you don't even think about it because it's like Ye is to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
You think of some world, you don't just put them there. And Nick is definitely from Dago, right? But when we mention Nick Cannon's name, you know, he's kind of like placed on top of that mountain of just some worldly shit.
Yeah. I mean, Nick Cannon just like is so big doing other stuff that nobody really thinks of him as a rapper.
Yeah, shout out Nick, man. Shout out nigga. We got a great call this morning.
For sure. San Diego, I'm praying for y'all to collectively get your heads out of your asses and realize that you got to actually get some motion and put the work in as a music city if you want to be considered a music city. I'm sorry. Even like LA right now, kind of cold from a musical perspective.
Definitely cold.
You know?
No, that's real.
But if you look at the top 10 most active LA rappers, it's like, well, number 1, Kendrick Lamar. Okay, case closed. We're done. It's not even close. You know, we have the biggest rapper aside from Drake in the world.
Yeah.
So we be real about that. But as you get to the bottom of the list, you are like, oh shit. Even LA is kind of tough to come up with like 10 really lit rappers.
Okay,
right
listen. Top 5 LA rappers.
Currently
right now. Active. Kendrick Lamar. Blueface.
I would put him top 5 perhaps.
Top 5 active. We're talking about right now.
You got to like add in everything else, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm just as a, you know, when you say a name, rappers.
I feel like even like Shoreline Mafia and really like OGZ kind of deserves a mention.
He's still doing his shit.
Did we say? Tyler the Creator.
Tyler the Creator.
If you really want to expand to Doja Cat.
Definitely.
You know.
And the other dude's been working because he did some gangster grill shit and all that. Game's working.
Top 10.
You know what I'm saying? He's still working. But I mean, once upon a time, and we had this conversation 5 years ago, right? We could run it off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Roddy Ricch, this dude, that dude, this dude. We could run it off.
Yeah, I mean, if you actually go and look at the list of the top songs that came out of LA in 2018, it is fucked up.
That's crazy.
It's blockbuster hits. Yeah, I mean,
nuts.
This list is interesting because
let me see the 1 and 2. This must be the underground.
So no, this is just. I asked the AI top 10. They go Kendrick, Tyler, 310 Baby, Ray Vaughn, which
Blast.
I
love Blast, but I don't know what he been doing lately. I love Blast.
Yeah, Kalen for real. Big Sad, West Side Boogie, which it says TDE artist. Which
West Side Boogie is hard, but I don't know what he been doing. And then you got Jay Worthy down there.
Yeah, I mean,
which I don't know. Which you know I give him an A for his hustle.
I mean,
even from Canada.
But even somebody like
you know,
Chef Boy.
He ought to bomb the West Side.
Chef Boy.
Oh yeah, you got to put Chef Boy up there.
I mean, he hasn't exactly exploded into a national star or whatever, but he has a song that
he had one of the biggest songs on
that
the
is
West.
so hot that when Blueface is playing in the club, he plays that song because that is, to the outside world, that is like what LA rap is from a more underground perspective these days. But that Chef Boy song is bigger than any song
That's
to
a
have
fact.
ever come out of San Diego. I'm sorry. Hey, maybe there's like a slight exception, but like,
But I mean, here go the thing, Adam.
Come on,
How
man.
about this? We start with Mitchie Slick, and let's let Mitchie tell us who some of the dudes down there that he feel is bubbling and hustling, and then let's start giving them some shine on the.
the problem is that everybody, and I'm for sure willing to hear him out in that regard,
Yeah.
but it's like everybody wants to be like, we got a lot of talent. Like, motherfucker, talent moves the needle.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You
And
might
what
have
they
people
doing?
you think are cool. Listen, I got rappers I think are cool, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you how great they are, because if they're not on that level that they're moving the needle, then, you know, like,
What you doing?
The proof has to be in the pudding. If you really make dope music, where's your fan base?
That's a
Where's the show? Where's the show where you got 500 people to come out? Because if you can't show me that, then I don't really give a fuck about your talent. You know? If you don't got a song that could get a couple 100,000 views on YouTube or whatever, then how talented are you really? When we say talent, I'm expecting there to be some significant amount of people who want to actually listen to you fucking make music. And if nobody's paying attention, then it's not good. Okay, where were you when Ice Spice was getting slapped up in McDonald's? I feel like you should have been there protecting her.
Only thing I can say is it wouldn't have happened at Wendy's.
Why? You're a Wendy's patron?
No, you didn't see the song, the video?
What?
They remixed the song, bro, with the lookalikes. It wouldn't have happened at you. Ain't no way you missed that shit.
Are you talking about the AI version?
Whatever, I don't give a what it was. That shit was hysterical. That shit was.
Spice Wendy's.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, yeah. This was the AI thing I watched, but I don't think I saw like the actual song part. I just saw.
This is a game.
AI.
That wouldn't happen at Wendy's. That wouldn't happen at Wendy's.
Yo,
That wouldn't happen
yo.
at Wendy's. That wouldn't happen at Wendy's. I was at McDonald's when a bitch got crazy. I was with my bitch and the bitch tried to play me. Like what? Like damn. We were just trying to get nuggets. That wouldn't happen at Wendy's. That wouldn't happen at Wendy's.
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen at Wendy's. That wouldn't happen at Wendy's. I got slapped at McDonald's. Got slapped at McDonald's. Got
Yo.
slapped at McDonald's. That wouldn't happen at Wendy's. I got slapped at McDonald's. Got slapped
Does she have a
at
Wendy's deal? Is that real?
McDonald's. Got slapped
I don't know.
Like,
Bro.
why are they emphasizing Wendy's?
I have no idea. Maybe Wendy's just got lucky and it
Wait, she tweeted
oh,
that?
she tweeted that? There it goes.
Wow, that's hilarious. Bro, like, wait, look, even in her bio on Twitter, it says at Wendy's Princess.
I didn't like the fact that happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know if
Dude, she has a whole Wendy's deal. Hashtag Wendy's partner. Yeah, she's hyping Wendy's up a lot. I mean, Wendy's pretty good. I like Wendy's. I'll take Wendy's over McDonald's.
I don't know
maybe.
what happened. I hope that's not a situation where somebody was just hating on her. You know, because the first thing they're going to say, oh, they go LA on they, against New York type shit
Yeah.
out the gate. And nobody has an issue with Ice. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they had a steroid. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
That's crazy though, because like I'm the type of person where, hey, I went into a fucking Shake Shack the other day, sat my ass down and read Twitter and ate my fucking burger and fries and didn't even think twice about it. I'm not tripping, but if I was as famous as Ice Spice, yeah, I think you're way past sitting in the McDonald's. Like that, we have Postmates for this.
That's a fact.
Now I get it, you like moving around, but I mean, come on, like you're Ice Spice, you're famous as fuck.
That's a fact. I don't know why she was sitting in there. I don't know. Maybe she was, I don't know what area she was in. But I do know
Hollywood
this.
Boulevard.
I do know this. In this is 2026, 2027, 2028. Somewhere between 2028 and 2029, when David leaves the reception of CDC, they're going to violate him and he will be unalived.
Yeah.
Everything's going to green light him.
But you think they're gonna like allow that to happen to him? Isn't he gonna
That's
be in
a
a
fact.
similar situation to Eric Shitty Cuz?
No.
No?
He from 6-0. And 6-0s is divided. Some niggas with him, some niggas ain't.
Okay.
This dude was having sex allegedly with an underage girl.
And allegedly had a huge trove of child porn on his phone.
Yeah, and then the unalive, the body was in the damn front for 4 months, stabbed her 2 times, and her eyeball's missing. Let me explain something to you. Those dudes in those penitentiaries got cell phones and they watching the news, right? Crips, Bloods, BGF, Mexican Mafia, Aryan Nation,
Yeah.
right? Muslims, Christians, 50-50, SNY, PC. Everybody's gonna greenlight him. It don't matter where he goes.
Yeah.
He doesn't stand a chance. Like, no support at all.
Yeah.
Zero. He's
But isn't that why they're going to not put him around anybody?
No, you got to hit a yard.
You do?
You're going to hit a yard.
There's no like extreme PC where you're not around any other prisoners.
Oh, I mean, unless you stay in the hole, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? If you just say, hey, I just want to stay in solitary, and even in there is ways to where they put you on the exercise yard, shit happens. You got to remember, Tory Lanez got hit on a 50-50 yard.
Right.
And that was allegedly over a chick. Dude thought Tory was, and he wasn't, but whatever, right? Bro, every group, every facet of any organization in the California Department of Corrections is going to be lining up to knock dude off.
A coveted body right there, yeah.
So whoever was involved with him in this, they're going to let him know that, and they're going to make him tell on everybody that was involved to make him believe, lead him to believe that they may give him some amnesty. They're not.
I mean, who could he tell on? Like maybe his
whoever helped
managers and shit probably knew about it, but what the f do the feds care about who knew about it?
Oh no, if you assisted, you carried the body, if you buried the knife, if you, they want all y'all.
Right.
But dude is finished. I thought
crazy.
he has zero support.
Yeah. Even like all the artists who've done music with him took down their collabs, which is pretty damning.
Bro.
Yeah. I don't know if we've ever seen that.
And I'm going to tell you this. The fact that they arrested him and saying the motive was she was threatening him, this, that means they found something.
Yeah.
They have found something. We haven't seen it yet, but they found some back and forth, some notes, a diary, something in the phone with her making these threats or whatever it may be. And guess what? Whoever parked that car on his block, they didn't like him either. Because he had no idea that situation wasn't handled, taken care of. Probably said, go burn the body, bury the body. That body was in that Tesla for 4 months. You get what I'm saying? So he probably was on tour. Somebody parked that car on that block knowing what, he wasn't home. He just saw the car, like, what's going on?
But I saw something, I don't know if it's 100% true, but they were saying that one of the charges he has is like interfering in an investigation, which infers that she had already reached out to authorities.
Could have been probably for the underage because the family was reporting her missing.
Yeah.
You
but
get what I'm
that's
saying?
just insane to think that she was already actually going through the process of reporting him.
Well, think about it. Before a woman gets to a point where her eye is plucked out and she's stabbed twice in her upper torso, she's probably been beaten, slammed, choked, tied up. Ain't no telling what didn't happen.
Yeah.
What tripped me out, though, is I see her family gave up because there was no missing reports filed from the time, that 4-month time frame she was unalive to the time they found her in the trunk.
Insane, man.
Yeah, he's out of here.
Rest in peace.
Yep, he's out of here.
Poor
Yeah, he gonna meet some things that he never thought existed.
Yeah.
They gonna Jeffrey Dahmer him.
He's definitely someone where I hate it when people like joke around about dudes getting raped in prison or whatever, like as if it's just some funny shit, some funny vengeance or whatever. But like, if you hear some story about that David motherfucker getting his booty hole torn up, it's gonna be funny as fuck.
Yeah, but they gonna Fleece Johnson him.
It's gonna be tough to feel bad for him. Yeah, I would love to see him and Fleece Johnson in the same room.
He's done. I thought about it. I said, bro, every movement in there, nobody's gonna say, hey, bro, he black, we got him.
No, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised when it happened. It'd be somebody from 3-4 different groups on him. He's done.
It's going to be insane. All right, yo, shout out to everybody who watched this. For those who are watching live, we are doing another episode right after this one with Doughboy.
Yeah, shout out Gucci Mane. Salute to Roderick.
Shout out to Gucci Mane, and shout out to everybody else who be telling. Please smash the like button, drop a comment, etc. And we will see y'all
Gucci Mane didn't tell.
in like 10 minutes. Roderick Davis told.
There he
I saw you
goes.
saying that. Okay. Shout out to everybody who watched this. Appreciate y'all. Okay.
And we out.